for North Carolina as James Worthy, who had a brilliant All-American performance. 23 points he scored, and he was just devastating in his play today at both ends of the court. And for NC State, Thurl Bailey, a junior from Seed Place, Maryland, led the scoring for the Wolfpack with 14, but played an all-around outstanding game for the Wolfpack in a losing ball. So we want to salute both these young men, James and Thurl.
And playing against Nevitt, it's just two challenges, I just have to take on for myself.
Well, let me sneak over here, if I can, to Jimmy. Jimmy, you were only one assist going into today's game behind Walter Davis to put you second on the all-time assist lead. Are you content? You and Matt seem to be role players, and I assume that that's exactly what you'd like to do. Does it bother you not to get as many shots as the big guys?
Not at all. When you have two All-Americans like Sam Perkins and James Worthy, I don't mind getting in the ball at all.
Well, we spotlighted the young man on your left earlier in the game today because he had 21 against Clemson and 10 assists, which were both career highs.
No, he had 10 assists. He was passing me the ball. Thanks to Jimmy, and I got the point.
Let me ask you this. Do you feel more comfortable in the Clemson game, for example? The two big men right here were only 7 of 17. That forced you and Michael and Jimmy to try to take those outside shots, and everyone is going to play a zone, or most of them are going to play a zone against you, Matt. Psychologically, do you just get yourself geared up?
Well, if they're going to give me a shot, I feel I can hit it, and so does Coach. So I'm just going to go and shoot it. And if I do miss, we have good board coverage. So, I think it's just helping the team.
Okay, let me ask you this. The starting five, I don't know if all of you can hear me, but the starting five, for example, in the Clemson game, you played 180 out of the 200 minutes. And I guess in most of your games, that's about what's happening because you've been in a long time. In terms of the season going on and on, I'd like you to react to the fact about the stamina factor. Whether you think that later on, as you get into the end of the conference and into the ACC tournament or into the NCAA tournament, whether you think that will affect you or not, Jimmy.
I don't think it'll affect us at all. We prepared since October 15th. We've been getting in great shape. We had a running program. And I think that's something that's going to help us in the long run to be out here and be in different situations so that when we face them later on, it won't affect us. We won't get nervous or anything.
Matt, how do you react to that?
Well, I think a long season, it does take its toll, but this is what we've been working for all season long. So I don't feel stamina, I think we're in good shape, and we're just going to play hard. I don't think it'll hurt us.
James, you ready for any reaction?
Well, I think we can all give 40 minutes out of 24 hours a day, to go out and bust our butts. And even when we do get tired, I think the guys that start have confidence in the guys coming off the bench. So if we do have a stamina problem, I think we have a lot of confidence in the guys. So I don't really think it's affecting us at all.
Sam, do you have any, or did you hear the question?
I didn't hear the question.
Well, I was talking about the stamina factor, the fact that you played 180 out of 200 minutes against Clemson, and it seemed to be going that way in most of your games. Whether you think toward the end of the year that psychologically it may begin to wear you down a little bit, and teams may try to substitute more and get into more of a running game, or a physical game even, so that they can try to get you or James out of the lineup.
Well, I tell you, 180 minutes is a whole lot for an individual, and especially for the four of us here, especially 5 of us rather. It is going to wear us down, but we're doing the job out there and doing everything so well that things will just work out for us where we can sub and let the other guys play. Because, like you said, 180 minutes is kind of long, and other teams might be aware of that, so they might use some kind of strategy against us to wear us down or, like you say, get physical.
Jimmy, you and Matt, I'll address this more to you since I thought that you really did a job of shutting down State's guards, Wittenberg and Lowe. We spotlighted Wittenberg before the game because he's their leading scorer. He's a great outside shooter, likes to drive and penetrate, but he only had 2 points at halftime, and I thought that really you did a spectacular job on both Sidney Lowe and Derek Wittenberg and really took their guards out of the game. Did you have anything in mind?
Not really. They're both great players, as you said. We can't attribute our defense to one person. It was a team defense. We all help each other out. We're one family, one unit. And as a consequence, all of us helping each other caused them to have a low-scoring game.
You said that you've got, at least I read a quote, Matt, that you said somewhere you've got the 2 power guys inside, and you have Jimmy and Michael outside. And what did you say that you were?
I said maybe that I try to just keep them happy. But I'm just, I'm here to take the open shot if I have it, pass the ball inside, play good defense,
and just, play hard.
Well, let's talk about next Wednesday night, if you don't mind, if I could keep you for a few more minutes. I know you're anxious to get back in the locker room, and I really appreciate the fact that all of you would take the time, but maybe if you could address yourselves to the big one coming up next Wednesday night. Maybe I can start with you, James, in terms of the matchup and what you think about it, what you think it might take.
Well, it's definitely going to be, a hard game. We can't afford to make any mistakes down there. We're going to have to try to maintain Ralph as much as possible, but we can't put a lot of focus on just him because they do have some other ball players that are, very capable. So I think we go down and execute and, play the way we can play and, give it all we got. I think, whether, win or lose, I think everything else will take care of itself.
Okay, Sam, would you like to address yourself to it?
Again, I didn't hear the question.
Okay, again, let me say I was talking about the Virginia game. I've got you at a disadvantage because I've had my back to you most of the time, but I was asking him to react to the big game next Wednesday in terms of preparation and how you feel it will go, what you think you have to do as a club to offset the strength of Sampson and Othell Wilson.
Hey, we have to do the same thing we did today, really execute hard, really out-hustle them. They are a capable team, and they proved that they've beaten us a couple of times, rather. And they can come back in when they're down. But what we have to do is really execute and just run our plays and we'll be set. Even though it's going to be hard because we go into their home court, it's going to be a good game. And they're really talented. And Ralph, he's just all world. So, as five of us, as a whole team, rather, we just have to go down there and play like a team and just hopefully come out with a win.
Jimmy, you and Matt want to react, and then I can let you go because they're telling me in the earphone that after I get all of the reactions, I can go back upstairs.
What we're going to do, we're just going to go out and execute offensively and defensively, and I'm anticipating a great game, and may the best team win.
Do you think it'll be a low-scoring game, or do you think it'll be a transition game, 94 feet?
I really can't say. I guess we'll find out Wednesday about 9 o'clock.
Boy, you're as non-committal as Dean.
Right.
I think we're just going to have to limit our mistakes, force them into some turnovers, play hard, and hopefully, we've been working hard, fundamentals all year long that, we'll play our best and things will work out well for us.
Now, listen, Jimmy, thanks so much for the time. I really appreciate it. Matt, thanks for the time.
You want the